We are less than 1 week away from Ahsoka hitting Disney Plus, and we're going to see today how the comic book market is responding. What is up, guys? Welcome to the Paper Chase channel. Got a fun market report video for you today. We're going to be diving into Star Wars, particularly Ahsoka and Rebels books. Before we get into this video, if you want to support the channel in any kind of way, you can do that by commenting below, hitting the like button, or even sharing this video. Okay, with all that being said, let's dive in. So first, let's go to Star Wars Clone Wars 1. This is the first appearance of Ahsoka Tano in comics. All right, this is a massive book here. This is the rarest variant. This is the Dave Filoni art variant. And there was only 1,000 of these printed. This 9.8 here sold for $5,200, and I guarantee you that's down a lot. So just as I thought, if you look at Go Collect right here, the fair market value of this book is $6,750, and the peak price in 2021 was almost $16,000. This is over a $10,000 drop, completely insane. We've got multiple prices selling in the mid-2021 year for 20, 15, 15, 14, 11, 10. This thing just got super inflated during the comic boom. It probably never should have been that price. That's crazy, and that sucks for the people that bought in at that. It's not even selling for what the fair market value is for 90 days, a week before the show actually comes out. It's a pretty big hit right there. Let's continue. So looking right here, that 9.8 premium is just crazy. Twice the price for a 9.8 is pretty wild. And 9.6, for this 9.6 sold for about a week ago, $800. And then one 9.8 you've got a sale for $1,600. This other one here is best offer accepted. It sold for $1,700 was the best offer accepted. And if we go to Go Collect, we can see the fair market value for a 9.8 is about $2,000. The 1 year average is about $1,900. So it's just a couple of $100 of the fair market value. Now, I don't have a Star Wars Clone Wars 1. I do have a number 2 here that's signed by Ashley Eckstein. And this is a 9.2, pretty cool book. On to the next big book in this show, which is going to be Star Wars Heir to the Empire. First appearance of Grand Admiral Thrawn. I do have one of these in a 9.8. This here should be roughly about $1,000 book. Hopefully, we'll see. All right, we haven't really had too many sales for 9.8s, period. We've had a few in other conditions. You know, honestly, I don't think people really like selling this book. So we have one here. Oh, that's a newsstand. So here we go again with the newsstand premium. You've got two back-to-back, two 9.8s, one non-newsstand. All right, so this 9.8 right here, the best offer accepted on this one was actually $1,100, which sounds pretty good. I think that's right around where that should be. And then the newsstand sold for $2,000. No best offer asked. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with the Dark Horse newsstand comics, they are very, very low print run, very hard to get in high grade. Another big Thrawn book is his first solo series. It's Star Wars Thrawn #1. And this one, the variants are the books really to try to look out for if you're looking for the more rare ones. So here's the 1 in 10 variant right here. And this sold in a 9.8 a few days ago for $184. That, to me, seems pretty low. And then the big daddy variant of them all is this one here. This is the, I think it's the Matina variant. Yeah. And this is a 1 in 50, 9.6 sold for $533. Unbelievable. I would love to see what a 9.8 of that sells for. So here we go. Here's one. This is a 9.8. This sold for $2,215 American. This thing right here is a freaking monster. 1 in 50 Matina variant. Thrawn #1. You can see it is going to be hard to get in high grade. Back black round. Hard to find, period. Not, I don't think a whole lot of shops were ordering 50 issues of Thrawn #1. So Really cool. All right, so the next Ahsoka book that is out there, Star Wars Kanan issue number 1. This is the first cameo appearance of all of your Rebel characters. Chopper, most importantly. Then you got Sabine, Ezra, all those other people. But they are all on the very first page of this book here. So you've got the number 1. You've got the Scotty Young variant, which is awesome. You have the Second and Charles print, which is not really all that easy to find. I am interested to see what this is going to go for in high grade. And then you have my favorite. This is the number 1 second print, which is way harder to come by, harder to get in high grade. I found this at a thrift store or a pawn shop in Mississippi. I'll put a link to that video at the end. That was really, really interesting. Actually, I got scammed on the same day that I found this book. And this kind of made up for it. But this is, I love this cover. I think this is the better of the two. So this is kind of our next key. Let's see where these go. All right, 9.8s of this are going for $190. We got one sale for $190. We have a best offer accepted. I got another sale for $150. This is another variant. This is the Rebels variant. This sold for one bid, $280. Not bad. Your biggest of the issue 1 is going to be the Kanan number 1, 1 in 25. So this is the Plunkett variant. This thing's pretty gorgeous. I really wish I had one of these. So 9.8, this sold for $551.27 bids. Let's go to Go Collect and see what that looks like. So we're just a little bit under FMV, not too terrible. Its highest was almost $900 in 2021. Pretty wild. Times are changing. All right, finally, we got a Second and Charles 9.8 that sold. And this one here, I love this cover. This thing sold for $150. This 9.6 CBCS, I don't know what this person was thinking doing this. $44 on 13 bids. This is just a bad call on, on grading if you're trying to resell. Your best bet on stuff like this is a 9.8 pre-screen to CGC if you're looking to maximize profit. Again, if not, and you just want to slab it just to slab it, it doesn't really matter what you do. Yeah, that's a pretty tough pill to swallow. And to kind of give you an idea of CBCS's standpoint in the market, well, look at this. The same exact day, a 9.2, 2 grades lower, in a CGC label, sold for $30 more. So just to kind of give you an idea of where CBCS's value is at compared to CGC, there's 100% of difference. Can't do anything about that. Crazy. All right, so the next major key issue for the Ahsoka series is Kanan. This is issue number 6. I do have 2 copies that I'm going to try to get graded. Hopefully, they can get the 9.8. I'm going to do a 9.8 pre-screen to CGC. Definitely going to keep one. Definitely going to sell one. See, this in a 9.8 is roughly about a $300 book. We have one sale here. No sales since the last trailer aired. But we have one sale here a couple of weeks ago for $350. Another one for $300, another one for $330. So this is a $300 book all day long in a 9.8. This is the actual full first appearance of Sabine, Ezra, Chopper, in Hera. And here's that number 1 second print. Forgot to look that one up, but that second print issue of number 1 hasn't sold in a 9.8 since June, and it sold for $275. The raw copies are going for what looks to be about $100, $75, depending on, raw grade predictions. I bought that book for $3, which was awesome. So this one right here, this is her first full cover appearance, though it's not really, it's kind of a comic-ish, but this was sold at Target. This is a variant. And this is pretty cool, a little bit harder to find. And this one sold for $25, which I think is a pretty good deal. So that kind of gave us an idea on like the spec market, and things are not popping off right now because of this show. Multiple reasons. It was overinflated in the first place. Star Wars morale and the branding of it is heavily damaged, and there's low expectations going into this. So not a surprise to me whatsoever that we're not seeing major movement in many of these books here. Let's just go to like regular Star Wars, just at a quick glance, and just see how other Star Wars books are doing right now. Because remember, that last trailer had that John Williams music in it, and that music's a motherfucker. See if that got anybody's wallets in a frenzy. This is cool if you've never seen this. This is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge #1. Very hard to find variant. A 9.2. Look at the art on this. This is amazing. This is like concept design art. Oh yeah, that's what it's called. It's called Concept Art Edition. So this was it's the Imagineer variant. This was given out to certain cast members in Disney. And this thing is gorgeous. I would love one of these. Tell you what, this is rough. This book is very important to me. I have a 9.6 of this. This cover here actually started me collecting comics, like in a crazy way. First, I was just reading them for Star Wars, and then once I got a hold of this cover or knew about this cover, that's when the collector side joined the party, and I was like, started getting into all of these. Everything. Literally everything about the hobby took over after that. The cleaning, the pressing, the rare books, the key issues, the Silver Age, the Pre-Code Horror. It all came after that book right there. And so kind of a meaningful book to me. This thing here is just completely gorgeous. The lighting on the cape, the background, it's just one of my, I would love this actually in a bigger art print. I think that would be really, really cool. Dr. Aphra, a very cool character. So let's see what this thing sold for. What's the highest it sold for? And a 9.8. This thing's high was $2,600 in 2021. And we're down over 50%. Pretty crazy. Let's see what the 9.6 looks like. What is my little 9.6 goes for? 9.6, $700. I really don't set out and buy many books for fair market value. I like finding books. I like hunting books. This was really one of the only ones I was like, okay, I'm paying the fair market value because I want this book, because I made the steps to make the money to pay the fair market value. And I bought this book in a CBCS case for $850 in 2021. Pretty close to its peak. I cracked it out, went for a 9.8, didn't get it, got a 9.6. I wonder if I should crack it again. Nah, maybe I should just be happy with what I got. But yeah, that's the only one. And I've only taken like a $200 hit on that. And I think that's okay. I think that if that was my worst decision of the entire comic craze of 2021, I think I did okay. Look at this thing here. This might just not be the right time to sell this book here. This is Star Wars The High Republic #1, cover A, and a CGC 9.8 sold for $30. It cost $24 to, this is a loss. I would rather have a short box full of these books than to sell this book for this price. And I think that's kind of, I think that might be kind of the problem with a lot of the market right now, is people would rather give their books away for nothing or actually take losses on it than just have them. I would not sell that book in a CGC 9.8 for that price. I would hold it. I mean, if you got them raw and you've got them for the 9.4, they're not high grade, whatever, sell them all day long. But if you have solid 9.8 copies of High Republic stuff, of some of their bigger key issues, I would not sell it for that price. That's wild that they did that. And we got a Star Wars #1, 9.6, first print. And this sold for $700. I feel like that is low. That I feel like is very, very low for such a significant book. The book actually came out about a month before the movie. It is probably the true first full appearance of one of the greatest villains of all time, Darth Vader. And it's from the 70s. It's a black cover. It's so hard to get in high grade. I don't really give too much advice. I don't like going out there saying, go buy this book, go buy that book, buy whatever the fuck you want. But if you are looking for any Star Wars comic advice financially, this book right here is the book. Star Wars #1, hard to get in high grade, printed in 1977, came out a month before the movie. First appearance of the greatest villain of all time, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, all that stuff. All day. You're going to go modern, make sure it's high grade, unless it's an extremely scarce, rare printing variant. If it's something like a 1 in 50 or a 1 in 100 or a 1 in 1000, you know, maybe 9.6. If it's not that, do 9.8 pre-screens to CGC. It's just kind of where the comic market is, and I think it's where it's going to be for a long time. So that's kind of the pulse on the Star Wars comic market in general. Not a whole lot's moving for Ahsoka. We've seen some crazy, crazy price dips from the unreasonable highs in 2021. And we are in a period where comics have to prove their value, which is how it should be. Comics need to tell you why they're worth money. You don't want people telling you why they're worth money. These have proved their worth. You know, moderns and things like that, for scarcity's sake, yes, the numbers are there that can give them value. But just because a character appeared in a book doesn't mean it's valuable. So be careful how you spec and what you spec on. If you're going to do market stuff and you're going to try to play the game of flipping books, you know, do it smart. The more knowledge you have, the safer your investments are. Hit the like button on the way out, comment below, share this video, whatever you can to help support the channel. Always appreciate you guys tuning in, and may the Force be with you all.